Hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing really good on this evening for when I'm actually doing the live. Tonight we are going to talk about the dark feminine side of Lilith. However, I have a little treat. We're going to actually, I'm not going to call summon her because we're not summoning her until you all are ready to work with her. I work with her frequently and I have been, but I have a little special treat for you as well. So that'll be for a little bit later. I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone pops on. Let me know if the music is too loud. All right, comments are working beautifully. Let me just make sure it's going to our group main page. I always worry. No, Christy, I just started it actually. Ooh, look, it's there. Perfect. Cool. Perfecto. Nope, I actually just started it. Oh, this sounds like a good time. I'm just curious. Are you planning to do Hecate or have dinner already? We're working within the realm of Lilith. I don't work with Hecate at all. Hecate is my polar opposite. For me, Lilith's polar opposite. So I stick with only Lilith. So we're going to be working within the realm of Lilith completely. I see that, Carol. I thought you said you weren't going to be here because you were going to be asleep. I'm just pulling up my feed. Don't worry, or don't mind me. Oh, I hear myself talking in the background. Hey, Sarah. Yes, Hecate might still be in the group. I'm not sure because the lives disappear after a month, so I can't make any promises. Maybe if someone else in the group works within Hecate, I don't see that being a problem, that someone else can't do it. No, you're good. Someone else might be able to do it, but I know I personally don't work within Lilith. I work with a lot of other deities, patrons, just not that one. That one is not, we're not friends. So we stay away from each other. So this live is going to be not beginner friendly, I will say that. And then the treat that I have for you guys will show that it's not beginner friendly. Excuse me. But we are going to do a summary of the basic of her, but then we're going to dive into the deep part of it. So I'm going to do a small, quick summary from my very previous live, just to kind of like get everyone's mind on the same page of what we're looking at, generally speaking. But I did do a Lilith live. It's actually attached in this event here. I do have my original beginner one. It's great. There's a guided meditation in that as well. But this is not beginner friendly. This is dark aspects of Lilith. So we're looking at her succubus side. We're looking at her vampiric side. We're looking at her demonic side. But the biggest thing is I want you and I to have an understanding that I personally don't follow books and how they say like, oh, she's this type of succubus and this is, the Mesopotamian, this is Sumerian, this is Hebrewic. I don't follow that. Reason why is Lilith came to me at a very traumatic time in my life. Way long ago. When my husband and I are going through a really rough patch. My personal connection with her is not something you're going to find in books, okay, at all. What you're going to find between Lilith and I and her dark aspect is what she's given me. So I'm giving you my personal side of how we came to be, but how I work with her on the darker aspects, because I won't lie. I never lie. But we do a lot of beginner things. This will never be one of them, because I want us to go to the next level, okay? I want us to dig into ritual stuff. I want us to dig into blood stuff. I want us to have that physical connection with her, because she can be selective, but she's not as selective as a lot of others are selective. And that's what I like about her. However, don't expect her just to give you what you want. That will never happen. What you need to realize is that if you're calling upon her on a more of a independent level, then you're golden. It's very easy to do. However, if you're calling on her for more of a left-handed practice, the demonic side of her, the succubus side of her, the vampiric side of her, that takes a lot more work, because are you ready? And I won't sit there and lie and say, oh, anyone can work within her darker aspects, because it's not very true. And I can't lie on that, because I've seen her push back on other practitioners who say, I'm ready, I can work with her. They can work with her, but not on her darker side. They're more of the, I'm coming to my feminine nature, I'm finally breaking free of constraint and chains, and here I am. The darker side of her is, can I work within that sex magic? Can I work within that blood magic? Can I make them do what I want, when I want, how I want? That's the type of Lilith we're going to try and work and roll into. Nope, you're not late. We're actually just starting. Let me just catch up on my comments. Hello, everyone popping on. And Sarah, you're right. There are a lot of people that don't. There are a few, like the Temple of the Sending Flame does. There's a lot of authors that do represent her in their books. However, it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. I want us to dig together to see what she's actually saying to each of us, because it's going to be different. I'll tell you how I work with her. I'll tell you what I use her for and she uses me for, because that's a thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, no. We don't use deities. We ask them to assist us. We call upon them. We give offerings to. That's cool. I love it. That's great. It's not real. You're using her and she's using you at the same time. It's a left-handed practice. To become a living god, which is what left-handed practitioners are, you gotta use each other to get so far. So whether she's using you to have a small amount of energy added to her, or whether you're using her to get that guy, make them cower, make them fear, make them crawl to you after everything they've done to you. You're using each other. It's a mutual respect. It's a mutual understanding, okay? Especially if you're working within that, like, the revenge aspect of what a male did to you. Even if it's not a male, but it's a significant other or someone who did you serious wrong that you had a very strong bond with, this is the one you want. Oh, thanks, Story. You know how my lives are. I always go big or go home. Story says, I can agree. She's very heavy hitting goddess, and you got to be ready to take the hits and get back up. Factual, 100%. Couldn't have said it better than myself. Because she's going to hit you hard. Okay? You're going to fall like a tower card, but at the same time, you're going to have that death card too, because it's a rebirth of you. But once you're already rebirthed, you're not going to continuously keep rebirthing yourself. And that's another thing a lot of people seem to forget. Like, once you already did that, where do you go? Do you keep going back to the bottom? You know, work, just keep staying in that like beginner level? No. You take it to the next realm. You start asking for things that a norm person would be like, ooh, I might be asking too much. They don't do that kind of stuff. They don't do favors like that. Says who? Says who? If I want to have a better job, I mean, this is not pertaining to her, but in general, if I want to have a better job, if I want to have a new house, if I want to have more money coming my way, yeah, I got to put the work in, for sure. Am I going to feel like I didn't mean work overtime to get the money? I just wanted the money to fall. Well, guess what? It's a give and take. So what did you do to put in that effort to get that money? What kind of work did you do to put in to get that new house? Yeah, you're calling to them. You're demanding things from them. For sure. But at the same time, they'll be like, oh, you want this from me and you think I'm just going to give it to you? No. If I'm using Mammon and I'm, trying to call upon this very specific demon, and he's like, sure, I'll get you that new house. You're going to put those offerings and you're going to think about it every single day. But guess what? You're going to have to sacrifice this. You're not going to be able to buy this for a while. And I'm going to make sure you work a lot of overtime to get that extra money, to pay off that credit card, to do this and that. Yeah. You think that's just all coming from you, that you just all of a sudden have a plan? The plan just comes right off the rip. No. That's them putting that plan. That's you having to put in the work. That was just using like a figurative thing. All right. So I have a setup behind me, which I will flip the camera eventually. We have, also let me know, is the music too loud? Because I will turn it down if it's too loud. I can't tell because to me everything seems loud in my ears anymore. But I have a freshly brewed cup of Lilith's Orchard tea. Yes, my own tea, of course. I have some leftover here in my little pot in my office, of course. Always come prepared. Then I have a book that I probably think is one of the best renditions of Lilith in the dark feminine lifestyle. We have some herbs that we're going to talk about, some crystals too. Again, I'm going to give you guys the general idea of some things. So, cool, perfect. So, we already know that people depict Lilith in so many different forms. She is the rule breaker. She is the one who says, I will not bow down to man. You can't make me. I was born equally. I should be, made equal and everything. So she cast out, some say that she was the serpent, offering, the apple of Eve. There's so many different things. Then there's other mythologies that sit there and say that she's a succubus, mother of all evils. Some say that that God sent 2 angels down and demanded that she either be slaughtered or she conform to what they believe. So instead, she made an offer to the 2 angels. She sacrificed a good chunk of her own children, demons. And then she got the title of Supreme Mother of Demons. In witch life, we use her a lot for coming into the feminine side. Some say it's dark feminine because it is selfish. Some say it's just a reclaiming, being a person worthy of respect, honor, dignity, all that stuff. She's heavy on defiance, things like that. I'm just going through stuff. General summary. Biggest thing, is she reaching out to you? That's always a key thing. So the biggest thing is, if she's reaching out to you, is it through a dream? Are you seeing signs and symbols, things like that? Synchronicities. Like most deities and spirits, when they wish to work with a practitioner, they will make their presence known to you. Question is, are you picking up on that? Mine, she didn't hunt me, I hunted her. I looked upon her, looked into her. I was done. I was over it. I was beyond pissed at men. I felt like they always thought that they were better. So in my mind, I said, I'm taking this back. You can't do anything about it. I will be independent. I will not need a man or anyone to live. I would be able to live on my own if something happened. I demanded to be better. But here's the key. I also demanded to go into a profession that is dominated by males. I've always been an overachiever. I love, though, the fact that I was able to get so much confidence, power, domination over my own profession that they know who I am. I don't have to say anything. I can walk from working with coworkers to working with the others that both spectrums know don't mess with me. Some know I'm a practitioner, some know I'm a little different. It works both ways. When I walk into an area, when I walk into an area, I own it. I demand respect. But I show them that I'm not playing at the same time. That's owning that dark feminine power, not just in your home life, but outside. I could walk to the store where people are like, oh, you shouldn't be in that side of town. Why? Yes, I'm a pretty female. Yes, I know this. Yes, I have a body that people crave and love. Yes, I've heard it all. Trust me, it comes with the territory of the job. Here's the thing, though. People leave you alone when you have that confidence in yourself that is beyond compare. Pulling from Lilith to get that confidence is one thing. Some people say glamour magic. Use glamour magic. Liliths love that. That's cool. I look great with makeup. Guess what? My job doesn't allow makeup. So how else do you get that confidence, that grand desire, things like that? Hey, mama. And it's going to be because you're embodying, you're calling into, you're taking that energy from her and bringing it into you and owning it and making people fear you because you are unexpected to them. They're so used to, oh, she's so nice, she's so great, oh, I just absolutely love her. It's cool. I want everyone to feel that way. But when enough is enough, you shouldn't even have to do anything besides look at them, stare at them. And that whole nice persona that everyone knows you as now goes, ooh, who flicked the switch? And my mother actually can attest to this. I'm really good at it because I won't let anyone take away my power to live how I so choose. That's where she comes into play for me. It's not any of that glamour magic. It's not any of that sex magic. It's none of that for me. I don't use any of that with her. Not at all. What I use her for and what she uses me for is a mutual understanding. I'm a daughter of Lilith just as much as I am a daughter of the Morgan. But a daughter of Lilith is different. I control everything. Where a daughter of Morgan for me is I fight everything to get what I want. But Lilith is different because I use that feminine nature to get what I want, how I want, when I want. And no one will ever stop me from doing it. little idea there. Biggest thing I will say, if you want to work with Lilith and you haven't, dig into her. See what you kind of like pull the most too. But let me give you some summary. I'm going to read my little notes that I have here. So, all right, how to work with Lilith. Meditation and visualization. I have said in my lives before, I am really good at visualizing things. I can literally sit here, and look out past my table here, and I can visualize a person. I can see the color of their eyes. I can see the color of their hair. I can see so much from them. No, you're good, Gina. We're actually didn't start too early, so you're good. I can visualize everything, what they're wearing, if I want to make them look very like sadistic or sexual in any form. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn this down just a little bit. Got a little louder than I anticipated. I can visualize. I can meditate myself into anywhere too. My mind is great for that. And I'm so glad I have a very good, as some people say, imagination, but it's not. It's visualization to me. You can always begin by finding a quiet place, close your eyes, visualize Lilith. As you breathe, imagine her energy surrounding and flowing through you. Allow her strength empower you. Then you can do an altar dedication. Now, you all know I'm still in the process of unpacking. Yes, it's been a year. It's been a year. And my house is still not unpacked. My house is still not done. So Lilith stuff does sit in a box because she cannot be in the same area as the Morgan, and the Morgan is in my office. Lilith will not. She'll be in my bedroom once everything is settled. So she's still boxed away, but it's here in my office right now, so she's not far. I will say this, if you're going to dedicate any type of altar to her, don't put her next to someone else. I know a million people have been like, no, it's no big deal as long as she's cool with it. I'll tell you right now, I've tried it, I've experimented, I put her with different deities. It does not work. Just put her somewhere by herself. She's content being alone. She loves that. Red candles are great. Darker crystals are fantastic, which we're going to go over the darker crystals a little bit. Moon imagery, which again, I'm polar opposite. So Lilith is my full moon aspect. The Morgan is my dark moon. Like I said, everything I do has a yin and yang. That's just how things work. Ooh, Serenity says the meditation you did on the first Lilith live is what clicked into place for her. Yes, and like I said, it's on YouTube. It's in the events. Click on the YouTube link and you can, the meditation is at the very end. Do invocations. If you feel strongly connected, you might choose it. Invoke Lilith during spell rituals. Always approach in with respect and clarity of what your intentions are. Working with the new moon, but Lilith also works with the dark moon too. Don't get me wrong. I just embody her in the full moon aspects, but she does work in the dark moon. Her ideal phases of that are banishing and just connecting with her own energy one-on-one. Studying and devotion. When you work with deities, you'll see and hear a lot of practitioners, especially on YouTube and on TikTok, that they don't actually have a devotion to those deities. Those that they be like, oh, I worked with this one, I worked with this one, I worked with this one. I have very few main patrons and patronesses, or matrons. Morgan, Lilith are my two main ones as far as feminine. Of course, then I have my Loki. They are my trio. They are my main. But I have others. But my dedication and devotion has always been to three. They are my three. Okay? So really, if you're working within them, know them. Okay? Use her symbols. Lilith has her own symbol. Not sure if they put it in this book. I actually have a pendant, which is not down here. No surprise. I have a pendant that's upstairs in my bedroom that has her symbol. Wear it, draw it, put it places, utilize it in her stuff. however you want. I can draw her symbol very well. It's actually really cool because it's very similar to Saturn's alchemy symbol with a line through it. I've been drawing Saturn's alchemy symbol since I was a child. If I went back on old like notebooks and stuff, you will see that symbol everywhere. That and Pluto. Those two symbols I've been drawing forever. Still don't really understand the connection because with the representation of those two versus who I am now, it's different. But it's kind of just funny nonetheless. Like I said, wear jewelry, things like that. Words of caution. And I wrote these words of cautions very closely for this reason. Working with powerful energies, especially those as potent as Lilith, require respect and understanding and caution. It is essential to approach her with a genuine intent, acknowledging both her light and shadow aspects. Before acting on any advice, always prioritize through research. You don't have to get her attention. Chances are, if you're meant to work with her, she's already aware of you. Casting spells isn't always the best approach with her. I've said that before in my other life, especially with selective deities like her. Lilith, with her multifaceted history and symbolism, offers a unique dimension to a witch's practice. If she is making her presence known in your life, it is an invitation to tap into her strength, resilience, and empowerment. As always, though, keep this in mind. Personal intuition and discernment are keys with any type of energy work or deity work, especially when it's a practitioner that wants to work heavy within her, okay? Don't call her lightly. Okay. Symbols, real quick. And I'm not going to say like what the hour presents. That's stuff for you, but symbols. Owl, serpent, black moon, full moon, depending on the thing. Apples, black roses, bats, dark water, even a screeching owl if you want to separate a regular owl to a screeching owl, okay? She has herbs as well. Mugwort, which you'll see tonight that I have. Black nightshade, which is that baneful herb. It's linked to transformation and it's very dark energy based. So, but mugwort is a more general neutral one. Belladonna, aka that's still deadly nightshade. It's great for seduction, things like that. But again, if you're working with toxic plants, flowers, things like that, know the warnings, know what you can and cannot do. There are so many toxic and deadly plants and flowers out there that you can't even touch. So be careful, okay? Henbane, wormwood, mandrake, which we're gonna use mandrake as well. I didn't pull any wormwood. I didn't feel the need to pull wormwood today to use it. Red poppy, yew, roses, preferred black roses, preferred dark red roses, but pink roses work just fine. She's not as picky as people think when it comes to that. She just wants that symbolizing aspect of seduction and, just seduction, succubus nature, things like that. How to use those incense, biggest thing, use them in your rituals, use them if you're going to cast a ritual, burn them. She loves burning herbs. She's cool with incense sticks, things like that, but she prefers burning incense. Like all my favorite. I know, right? Listen, I'm like, I still don't have. I mean, after all these years, there's a lot of the toxic ones I don't have. But, I mean, if I ever become rich and a millionaire, I would do it. I would go get I would have like a dark garden or a death garden. And it would have all the deadly toxic ones, like the ones they have in the UK. Use them as offering. You can use them in ritual baths. If you're doing any type of seduction type of things, ritual baths are great for the herbs to utilize. If you're working in dream work or any type of divination, it's always good too. All right, so some crystals. So carnelian, that's kind of a given why we would utilize carnelian. Confidence, creativity, things like that. So you got your carnelian, and then of course your labradorite, which Because mine's so dark in here, I don't think you're going to see a flash. But, oh, kind of. Oh, there you go. So, you got your labradorite. It's all about that psychic abilities that we're trying to connect with her. So, transformation into... But if you're trying to seek some type of guidance, this is the crystal you really want. And I just grabbed my smaller ones. You guys know I'm a crystal addict. Like, well, not as much as Jody, because I'll never surpass Jody. Never! And then I have these little chips here, which you can't tell what they are. But I'll tell you, they are garnet. Garnet is stone of passion. Sexuality, embracing personal power, and crazy, unshakable independence. But I use these for some of my teacup candles. But garnet is a little bit more on the pricey side when you get good quality, and this is good quality stuff. So I have just a little bag full of it here. And bloodstone. Surprise, surprise that I would have bloodstone. This is just one of my bigger towers that I have here. But as you can see, it has the blood kind of chilling. Strength, power, resilience, healing deep wounds. Depends, again, on what you're working with her in. But then there's a bunch of other ones. You could work with obsidian. I have obsidian around here somewhere. Actually, I have an obsidian crystal ball just right in front of my face there. You already know what obsidian's great for. Black moonstone, not peach, black moonstone. Jet, onyx, smoky quartz, and my least favorite of it all, amethyst. Yes, amethyst is a spiritual dream working type of crystal. Great for intuition, divine connection, aligning, things like that. I hate it, but it's there if you need it. All right. Shadow work is really good for Lilith as well. Throw that in there too. Personal rituals. Yeah. That was a little something I forgot about. I don't do shadow work if you guys know me. Don't tell me that, girl. Gina, don't tell me that. You know that. Oh my God, it's so good. Even cold. Okay, sorry. Okay. A little thing that I don't think I did in my first live is the tarot correspondence. So here are some tarot correspondence, which I know Sarah will love this one. Ooh, those, yes, I don't actually have any of those. But that would be perfect, actually, because I have pomegranates because of Hades and Persephone. You think I would have a genius, Serenity, genius. But tarot correspondence, real quick, before we move into the dark side of her and our little fun here that we're going to do. The High Priestesses represents Lilith's deep wisdom, mystery, intuition, connection to the hidden knowledge. She embodies the divine feminine and the power of subconsciousness. The Empress in reverse. While the Empress upright symbolizes nurturing and creation, the reverse Empress aligns with Lilith's rejection of traditional femininity and her embrace of independence. Lovers, often tied to Adam and Eve's myth. This card represents choices in love, empowerment, and personal empowerment and defying expectations. The Devil card represents Lilith's association with the forbidden knowledge, personal liberation, sexuality, embracing one's shadow self without shame. One of my favorite cards, the Death card, symbolizes transformation, rebirth, and Lilith's role as a figure of radical change. The Moon represents Lilith's connection to the subconscious dreams, intuition, and mysteries of the night. The Justice card embodies Lilith's defiance against oppression and her role as a symbol of standing up for oneself. And then my actual favorite card, the Tower card, I know, surprise, surprise, represents breaking free from oppression, shattering illusions, and reclaiming personal power, much like Lilith fleeing Eden. And those are the major arcanas. The minor arcanas, if you're trying to connect her in any way, these are the ones with the minor. Queen of Swords, fierce independence, an intelligent woman who does not allow emotions to cloud her judgment. Very much in line with Lilith's energy. The Queen of Wands, confidence, sensual, empowering figure who owns her power and commands respect. Nine of Pentacles represents self-sufficiency, independence, abundance, echoing Lilith's refusal to be controlled. Eight of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves, just as Lilith left Eden to follow her own path. And the last one is the Three of Swords, heartbreaking betrayal and the pain of exile. This card reflects Lilith's rejection and demonization. So I know Sarah would enjoy those ones because, you know, she loves her tarot. But those I actually found when I was digging. I was like, okay, there has to be something else I'm missing when it comes to this information. And somehow tarot came to be. And I was like, we need this. I need this. So I got this. Does anyone have any questions so far? Now that's just general Lilith here. So as anyone's thinking, typing here, the book that I think is fantastic, if anyone wants to get it, is called Lilith, the Dark Feminine Archetype. It is by Temple Descending Flame, just so you know. You can get this on Amazon if you so choose. It is a fantastic book. It digs very deep into all aspects that is her and how dark she is. This book also talks about who she works with, the different demons, the lords, the kings, just kind of depends. Belial is one of her more potent ones. Of course, Lucifer is another one that she is heavy hitting with. There are invocations in here as well, rituals of all forms, calling into meditations. I mean, it's heavy hitting. The different faces of Lilith. It's a lot. The womb of Lilith, again, depends on what you want to work with her within. Samuel and Leviathan, well, I'm going to cover the picture because I don't want Facebook to get mad. But there's an actual part that talks about Lilith and what they call her partners. Two partners. Just so, you know, threesome style. And that's Lilith, Samuel, and Leviathan. So it's a great book. Again, Lilith, Dark Feminine Archetype by the Temple of the Descending Flame. Fantastic book. It, like I said, is probably the only, actually, it's not probably. If I showed you my book collection right here, this is the only book you're going to find with Lilith, actually, as sole Lilith book. I do not like any other Lilith books. Just don't connect with them. I've had them and I got rid of them. I gave them away. Because I'm like, I bought them thinking they were going to be great, and I just didn't connect with them because it was so neutral based. And I wanted something that's going to be like, bam, here's how you get a hold of her. Cut your finger, bleed the candle, say this, demand that, never ask for that, ask for this. That's what I like about that. Does she have a relationship or ties Asmodeus? 100%. And actually that is in this book too. Yes, she does. Asmodeus is I want to be find it because it's been so long since I've read this book. But 100%, yes, she has a huge connection to Asmodeus, especially when it comes to the succubi aspect of her. I actually just seen it too. Where is it? Hold on, I was good at the beginning of the page. But yes, 100%. Harlot, Queen. It's in here somewhere, but I know, yes, definitely. They even talk about awakening the vampire mother side of her. The unholy grail is in here. They talk about that as well. The hidden masks of her, the creation of fire, which means the creation of her as a demonic mother. which is the fall from, you know, the heavens and all that fun stuff. Lust, Sea of Ecstasy. There's so much in here, and it's a small book. I warn you, it's a small book. It's normal priced, so don't think it's gonna be cheap. It's a normal priced book. I think it's like, I don't know, probably like 18, 19 bucks, something like that. At least that's what I think I paid for it. But it's small, but it's hearthy information. So don't think you're not getting great information. It's fantastic if you want to work with the dark side of her. And I'm saying left-handed practice. The vampire side of her is my favorite. I have not dug probably as much as you have on that. I work a lot with, well, you know, Leviathan, Samuel, Lucifer, and Belial on her. They are my favorite, but I won't lie, the threesome is my favorite. Why? Because, mother, close your ears. Because sometimes that's the most freeing, is to be wanted by two in that state of being, that ecstasy state of being. And the way they treat her and the way I've worked with her, it makes so much sense because I work so heavily with Leviathan. He is one of my like smaller ones. It's just great. But I won't lie, I haven't worked on vampiric side of things. And I know Serenity was talking not too long ago about working with vampiric magic and stuff like that. I have werewolf and Lycan stuff. I don't think I have any vampire stuff, guys, and definitely not with Lilith. You're gonna have to give me some book ideas, girl, please, that works with Lilith if you have any. Okay, sorry. I missed comments. I'm going back up. Okay. What metal is Lilith? Silver, gold, copper. Okay, so I'm sorry, I did not mean to skip your comment. So I'll say my favorite is iron for her. It is polar opposite of what people sit there and say, no, iron's for protection against things like her because she's so bad. Lies in all fucking forms. You know why? Because I've asked every pendulum in my office, and I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 pendulums in my room, office, space, bags, things like that. I've asked every single one of them, will you represent Lilith? Every single crystal-based, nope. I've tried even asking my copper one. He swung little itty-bitty one. Again, this is a while ago. Swung itty-bitty. I was going like, okay, so you're not really sure, like you're scared, so we're not going to push it. I get it, you're tired, you're scared. My stainless steel style one, no, didn't move out. Like, I don't want that. No, thank you, no, thank you. Hey, Gina, does this look familiar? Does that look familiar? Yeah. Guess who says hello to Lilith now? This has been claimed by Lilith. He, and he's a he, has his own box. Has his own box. For a reason. He doesn't play well with others. Fitting, right? So iron is fantastic. Copper is good. Like I said, copper does move for me. She does work within copper as well. Steel works fine too. She has no issues with any of them. Just a lot of people and the whole myth of what iron does and stuff like that, they're always like, oh, you can't use it. Bet, bitch. This is the only thing she does use. So again, that's giving that, oh, you say I can't watch this type of aspect. So yes, iron's fantastic. It's probably my favorite to work with her. Copper's great too. That's probably my second best to work with her. Stainless steel's fine. Anything like that. Gold, she prefers silver. Gold is fine too. She prefers silver. I've been working with my dark moon Lilith in my astrology chart a lot lately. Ooh, that's good. Always good to look at the dark moon side of Lilith, or Lilith and astrology. Serena says Embracing Lilith is a good one, but that one is far the best. Oh, you mean the one I showed? Or you mean the Embracing Lilith? See, I didn't like Embracing Lilith. To me, it just didn't connect. But I'm twisted, guys. You gotta know this by now. I've been going through a time where I felt the need to get to know my Black Moon Lilith better, I am so sorry, as it can help me. Yes. And you and I have talked before on a lot of things too, Holly, so I get that. I've got something for you. Yay, story. You know, it's really hard to not. Mix the sex with vampiric as a devotion act to her and moi. So that's one thing I tried to before add her into my husband and I's fun time. But it doesn't feel right with that. So I don't, it might just be a me thing on that. Please, yes, Gina, yes. Yes, not surprising at all. Copper core rock, drilled a hole, and the pendulum. Ooh, yes. Guys, I'm loving this. I'm loving all this stuff. Oh, I hope everything's okay, Carol. I love when you can make your own pendulum. With this being made, it's just more potent. Like, I have a pendulum just for deities. I have a pendulum just for Morgan, which of course is my very first pendulum I ever had and got, which is Dragon's Blood. I'm sorry, no, it's Bloodstone, I'm sorry. It's Indian Bloodstone, not African, but Indian Bloodstone. And then I have other ones which I integrate depending, but very specific ones I keep separate. Like Morgan stays over there on her side. This baby gets put in this box because they don't play nice. And then my other ones have a stand over there and they all work really well together, just chilling until I need them. I thought I'd be on time for this, but I think I got the time wrong. I'll have to catch the replay though. Have a great note. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. You're good. Holly says, yes, you more helpful than you know, Crystal, and I thank you from the bottom. Oh, and I am always here for you, girl. I promise, I'm always here for you. I might seem a little scatterbrained at times, but I'm here, I promise. All right. Let's talk a little darker. All right, tell Grandma I said hi, Mom. Okay. So I'm going to read some things that I have typed here to kind of give you an idea. Sorry, I got like a weird, like, Okay, understanding the left-handed path and working with Lilith is the big key thing. Focus on yourself. What do you want to change for yourself? But it can't just be like, oh, I just want people to accept me. I want people to be better. No. What do you actually want to change? When you work within the left-handed practice, you're working on your individual power. You're working on self-defecate. Sorry, I think it's going to a commercial. You want to work on, like, domination of self. And I'm saying you're dominating the old part of you and becoming something completely different. You're working on, completely destroying what you used to be. Yes, tower card style, but you're completely destroying it. Like, you're literally going, I'm flicking the switch, and that switch I'm going to bust and destroy so that I never can turn it back off. That's what you're trying to do when you work with her. You're also taking away the taboos and the restrictions of, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's such a sin. You can't do that. You can't watch this. That's what being a practitioner is about anyways, is it not? We're already living in a world of taboos. You know, oh, don't blend this herb together, it's witchcraft. Don't make this recipe, it's witchcraft. You know what I mean? Don't work with this deity, she's demonic. Says who? Whose version of demonic? What's your definition of demonic? Because it's not the same as mine. Yes, are there poltergeist style things out there? Are there the shadows that are really trying to manipulate you? Are those types of, you know, darker entities that are wanting to scare the shit out of you? Yes. It's you learning what the difference is within the dark, okay? If you're afraid of working within the dark, this shit is not for you. It's not. And that's just me being brutally honest. If you have any type of fear whatsoever, don't do it. Don't, okay? You need to break through those taboos and those restrictions in your mind beyond anything else. Before you could even sit there and defend yourself to anyone, which, again, why do we have to defend ourselves? Why do I have to be like, no, I'm a practitioner because I don't give a shit if you don't like it, but you're going to respect it. I promise you'll respect it by the end of our conversation, or there won't even be a conversation. So I'm going to walk away because what your opinion is does not matter to me and never will. Over. Challenges, okay? Practices can be challenging, and many demand you do the rituals, and many will demand you sit in the dark space in your mind. Many will demand you get comfortable with being new. It's like the tree of life kind of thing. Just like the book that Serenity was leading, there's different aspects to yourself. There's the lower self, the middle self, the higher self. All three aspects connect. The higher self is that divine, but in this case, it's not the divine we're really looking for. It's self that we're looking for, okay? We are the gods. We are becoming gods. We are the highest self, okay? You have your lower self. You have your middle self, which is, you know, earthbound. It's the physical aspect. The higher self, they always say, is ancestral. So in this case, it's not. It's Lilith chilling and me, because we're equal. Or at least we will be when you get to that high self, okay? Just to kind of give you like a little layer. Lilith is the goddess of the left-handed path. There, in my mind, is no one higher than her in left-handed practice. No one. It is Lucifer and Lilith. Everyone else trickles on the tree itself, right? But they are the main squeezes. Now, do they integrate with each other? It depends on your own version of her. Does Lilith and Lucifer become lovers? And some. But Lucifer has his own little sides, and Lilith always has her own little sides. Hence the Samuel, the Leviathan, the Asmodeus, all of that fun stuff. But she is the main. So when you're working with her on this aspect, realize she is the mother of all. She is the highest level you can go. There is no one higher than her, okay? If you're working with rituals and energy, you're working within dark magic, okay? You're working within the dark energy. If you don't know what dark energy is, you might want to dig into it. And actually, that might not be a bad live, guys, for my crones that are on here. Dark energy live might be a good idea. Reclaiming power, courage, strength, but embracing the shadows. What can the shadows do for you? Now, we did a little live on the shadows. You know, I love my shadows. We did mirror magic within the shadow side. I'm sorry, shadow magic aspect. Woo! Sorry, that part of the music was like, oh, that was perfect timing for this conversation. But working within dark shadow magic goes hand in hand with Lilith, too. Okay? All right, here's some honest truths, guys. She will drag you and let go of the grip only when the path ends. Regardless of whether you have learned something from it or not, it does not matter to her. Whether you are able to rise and grow further or follow her some more. So, once she has you, you're locked. It's a pact, a deal. It's done. It's solidified, okay? She doesn't have feelings or preferences, by the way. She doesn't give a shit about your feelings, first of all. But she doesn't have a preference on if you're male, female, how you view things, what your political views. She don't give a shit. She don't give a shit. If you put the work in, she got you, okay? Lilith is like a dragon. Of course, I had to add this in here. She's like a dragon, looking at people from only two positions, like children or like food. The one can change to another in the blink of an eye. If you start messing up with her, she'll really make you regret it. That's where the food comes into play. Become her child, daughter of, son of, whatever. Work within her. She'll teach you so much shit. So much shit. You mess shit up, you mean nothing to her. Okay? She's very ruthless, especially towards her own descendants. That's a talk for another time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of practitioners that are actually of her own blood, her own descendant. Magic performed with the assistance of Lilith uses her power and the influence for our purpose, be it a curse or invocation of certain entities associated with her, okay? You're not saying, hey, let's work together. Like I said earlier, we're not just like, hey, let's work together. It's, let me borrow your blood. Let me borrow that energy so I can make this work. Dealing with such energies, those who follow the path of the demon goddess can become wise or insane. Gina can agree with me on this 100%. If you don't know what you're doing, or if you mess with things the wrong way, or do something you're not ready for, it can make you go insane. You will see shit that freak the shit out of you. You will hear shit all over the place. You'll think you're going insane, and people are looking at you like you're insane. You'll start talking to yourself because you're thinking you're talking to other things. People are looking at you like, what the fuck? It'll mentally eat away at you till it becomes a physical eat away. But honestly, it is no different than any deity that works within this dark cell. Don't mess with something if you're not ready for it. Be consistent with what you're doing, okay? Consistent. One slip up, it's all it takes. I've seen it. I've been a victim to this shit. Not with her, thankfully, but I've done some shit when I was in college that was a big mistake. I regretted it. They made me regret it. I missed out on years of being a practitioner because of it. I made my mistake. I learned from it. I'll never do that shit again. How I came out of it, I don't know. I got lucky. I had to do something right to get lucky to come out of it. Most people aren't as lucky, okay? At all. which Gina just agreed with me, like, wholeheartedly. She is very dark, mysterious, terrible, and seductive, bringing us strange feelings of awareness and constant danger at every turn. These sensations will find a balance when we know its powers. We're not being irrational, but we are confident in what we are doing. We are owning our own feelings, and we are mastering what we're doing. So when it comes to working with her, which we're going to do here, it's not about the pretty flowers. It's not about the pretty candles, not about the crystals, the pendulums, things like that. It's the connection. Staring at the candle, envisioning her, meditating into it, thinking the words, saying the words, trying to get what you want out of it. Lilith will control your deepest desire, your urges, and your perversions. She tests us with suppressed thoughts and impulses, and when we talk about temptation or pleasure, we can in no way tell the difference between them at all. Temptation is a bitch, because it's like dangling a piece of sweet candy that's your favorite, and you can't touch it, because you know if you touch it, you just tipped that edge. You jumped off that cliff. Gotta find that balance. Be like, can I take a lick without actually taking the candy? Can I taste that sweet temptation without having it fully? It's a fine line you gotta figure out with her. Story says, I waited for her to tell me when I was ready. Facts. Any deed or entity, be prepared, research, and be aware of ramifications and consequences. Even angels are dangerous. Ooh, angels. That is, that's one that people don't fully understand. They're actually worse, in my opinion, than demons. Like, I'm terrified to work with angels. It's not like you think. Right-handed path deities or left-handed path deities, there's a price. Always a price. Story says, I thought I wanted to work with her a while ago, but I knew when it was time. Yes, that's perfectly said. She brings to light untreated problems, traumas, and sorrows. Without hesitation or warning, it digs its claws into our wounds, forcing us to deal with what has been hidden for so long. Whether it's suppressed or something we've been trying to avoid. Regardless, she's gonna force you to cope with it. Because once you cope with that shit, now you can keep going up. Working with her, going up. By going with Lilith, you will put yourself through your own test, during which all your fears, all your weaknesses will show a light. But the lack of control and the agony that consumes the being, even at the beginning of the journey, should not last too long. If it lasts too long, pull out of it. It's not where you need to be. No one needs to and should have to live in a pure state of agony. So if you're going to a point where these trials are becoming too much, the fuck? Okay, I'm good. If it's too much and you have that, like, depression setting in or anxiety setting in, back the hell out. It's not where you need to be. It's dangerous. Okay? Mentally, it's dangerous. Know that it's not always a mental thing she's going to push you through, but sometimes it's going to be a physical pain too. It's going to sound really weird, but it's being a practitioner. If you break a bone, break a finger, get a cut, get headaches while you're doing workings, figure out that that's a sign to back this shit off, stop, Trying to think. Don't expect her to satisfy your needs without you sacrificing something in the end. Could be energy, could be blood, could be... God, it's going to sound so bad. It could be your job. But I promise you, probably for the better, the job needed to go. Sometimes it'll be a significant other, spouse. There's going to be a price. Sometimes it's too heavy for some people to take on, but it is there nonetheless. As soon as you decide that you can understand her or predict some of her moves, everything will happen unexpectedly, and it is exactly in the opposite way, because her plans cannot be solved in any rational way, since Lilith is everything but nothing. And what I mean on that. So if you think, I got her figured out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to give her that, checkmate. Wrong. So wrong. She's going to be like, oh, okay, so you figure that out a little bit. Okay, so let's slide this problem over here. You want him to leave you alone? Okay. I'm going to bring another female in the mix. She'll get him off your back, but then the jealousy sets in. What do you do when the jealousy sets in? Because you thought, oh, problem solved. Some other chick got him off my back. Perfect. But all of a sudden you're like, that temptation though. We had fun though. I mean, he annoys me, but you know, I want him to, he can only talk to me that way. He can only feel that way about me. Now you're jealous. So now how do you cope with that? Don't ever anticipate that she's gonna straightforward, like, oh, solve this problem, we can move on. No. The problem will always continuously keep going until your mind dissipates it. It's just how shit works. She is the primordial darkness of creation, the womb of darkness, while she is both the darkness and the final destruction and the darkness of our souls. It can all be all of this and so much more, as well as not being anything and being in the boundless void. So the void is her home, so to say. I'm just catching up. Gina says, I feel like facing your own bullshit aspect she brings, it's very honest. I love it. Facts which seem so contradictory to what most people think. I can attest to when the depression has set in and I've blacked out, she does not understand and gives you that time to get up yourself together and go again. Sorry, they're fighting upstairs. Sacrificing a feeling, an addiction, a passion, a love, a hate, a fear, prized possessions, usually that you aren't truly prepared to surrender. And that's honestly, the biggest thing, because something tastes so good for so long, and then it's like, it's a need, and like I crave, I've been told this, I crave to be center of attention. You're right, and I've been tested where I'm not the center of attention of things, and do I get jealous? Yes, sometimes. But one thing that Lilith has taught me is that you can't be jealous of something that you're never going to lose. I know I'm never going to lose being top dog at work because I won't allow it. That's that dominance that I kind of, take in. Now, I won't lie. I've done a lot of types of rituals and spells where I reign supreme, so to say. I dominate who I am, and I dominate those around me. The tricky part was gossip, bullying, people trying to, say that I'm not as good as they think, or I'm not as good as I think, I'm sorry, and that there's someone always better. That's cool. But as long as you can't touch it and touch the power I radiate, that's a win for me every single time. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show you my little setup here. So bear with me, guys. All right. Don't want the camera to fall on me. Turn it down. All right, there we go. Can everyone see? Don't worry, we're gonna light some more stuff. All right, so I have my pendulum. Well, her pendulum here, as you can see. Beautiful. Freaking love this one. Oh no, come back. Come back. There we go. I have her oracle card here. As you can see, Lilith for equality. And I always like to have something that actually, if I don't have her statue, I like to have her altar. This is our incense blend that we're going to blend here. It's green tea, it's hibiscus, apples, things like that. I have some crystals here, which you guys already seen these. I have another candle here. I have a lancet here for blood. When you're dealing with her, she's always great. I'm sorry, I feel like I need to yell right now, and it's really hard because I don't know how to silence this thing for a second to pause it. Because I'm about to crash out. Boys! Stop! I do apologize. I am so sorry, guys. Okay. Now, I already have my tray. This is a mirror tray. That's my charcoal for my cauldron. But I have a mirror tray. Here we go. There we go. Now you can see better. The only thing I have on here is I have oh my gosh. Genolian tea. I had to read the thing. I keep calling it Genogo, but it's Genolian, and I'm saying it completely wrong. But all it is, it's a type of tea over from China, and it has actual branches in it, and I wanted that because I wanted that strong, like, under the earth connection. Then I have mugwort in here. I have cloves in here. And the cloves for me are representing like thorns, so to say. Then I have mandrake root, which we already know, that's one of her favorites. I also have roses in here as well. I have apples, dried apples, as you can see, dried apples, and a Jezebel root. So Jezebel root, if you didn't know, is really great for wealth, growing business, drawing success, but at the same time, it's a very seduction type of herb, depending on how you're utilizing it. Then I have my candle right here, and a simple red candle, okay? Now, I'm going to light my incense real quick. Everyone bear with me and watch. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much tell her some things that we want to achieve. I would like to continue I think I got enough. Sorry, I'm a pyro. It's never hot enough for me anyways half the time. So there's that. I'm gonna put that in the back corner here. And then I'm just gonna, so you guys can see, on my little corner. Let that heat up. So pretty much my whole thing is I would like to call upon her. I would like her to help me help her reach you. So I'm going to ask her to reach out to those who need her on this night. I am hoping that she will come to some of you in a dream. I'm hoping that she will show her symbols to you very soon. But I would also like her to show those that she does not want to work with that this isn't the time. What I'm doing, though, is I'm putting my selfish needs to help you. Because I always feel that we need more followers in her world. So let's grab some of this. And this is our offering to her tonight. Her own blend. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing already. Then, I'm going to poke myself. So I would like you guys, if you would like to work with her or are working with her, yes, it's the help me by helping you request. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get my blood. So I want you to think of her. I want you to take yourself to that dark place. Place of a void. Just so you guys can see, I anointed it. Okay. Deep breaths, guys. I'm gonna turn the music up just a little bit. And I'm gonna talk into the mic. Dark and void, we access you. Step into the shadows. Mother of darkness. We awaken. And we ask that you awaken with us. I am the daughter of Lilith. I ask you to assist me. But in all, I need your assistance on this night. Taste my blood. Savor. They need your help. Don't let them be lost or forsaken. because this is our time. And it's time that we take back our power. Take what you need. Because we're taking what we need. Lilith, show me yes. Lilith, show me yes. Lilith, show me no. Side to side is yes, circle is no. Lilith, mother of demons, do you accept the offering on this night? Up and down. Maybe. Why? Lilith, we have things to do. Is there someone that you don't accept here? Yes. There is someone that is not ready then. Is that true? Maybe. Lilith, are you messing with my technology? Oh, she says no. That's nice. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. She's messing with her technology, though. I will say this. I can tell. Take this night. Repeat the ritual if you so choose. Simple candle. Doesn't have to be a chime candle. It could be a regular candle in a jar. Light it. Make it red. Let it be red. Ask her, show me what I need. With her, I will say this. She does like to curse the others. She loves to curse those that do you on a personal level wrong. If you're into that advanced notion of her workings, work within that realm. But I can't tell you what to do, how to do it. All I could do is guide you to what to expect if it works. I highly recommend candles, candles, candles. She loves candles. I also highly recommend dream work with her. And I definitely am going to say that don't expect her to just give it to you. Yeah, I was going to say she was playing with it when it first started. Yes, she's been, yeah. She toys with me because her and Morgan they have an understanding, but she knows this isn't her actual sacred space, so she's cranky with me. But there is someone here, though, that's not ready to work with her. She made that very clear. I should have asked her, which I didn't close it, so I can do that. Lilith. Reset. Are you willing to work with some of them? Yes. Lilith. Are you going to let them know on this night? Yes and no. She spun and went sideways. Lilith, are you accepting my offer? To use me to help them. Sideways. Okay. So she is definitely accepting of it. However, if you don't catch her clues, I don't think she's going to hold too much longer. So, look for it, guys. And honestly, try and communicate with her through a pendulum. As you can see, it works, but you have to find the pendulum that works for her. Mine is iron. And I got lucky because it was a gift. It was a gift. I wonder who gave it to me. But it was a gift, and I'm obsessed, and she obviously is obsessed, and it's amazing. Because to move that pendulum takes, in my personal opinion, way more effort than a standard crystal pendulum. Because it's not set normal. It has loops, and it's strung different, it's thicker. Like, it's not your average pendulum. So to move this, like you've seen, takes a lot. So I'm going to leave this burning, which, no way. Oh, I gotta show you guys. Hold on. I need to zoom in, though, on the candle. Hold on, let me take this off. This thing. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I need you guys to see. Do you see this? What do you see? I've never seen that before. Which wax scrying is great for. Look how cool that is. It's like cut. That's amazing. That's how you know your shit works. When you get those signs, even as one offering to others. I mean, look at that shit. Alright, I'm gonna flip you guys around. Maybe not. Hello, I'm back. I'm just gonna put you on the bottom stand though for maybe not. Because it's not set up. Oh my God. I'm going old school. I'm holding up the phone. Alright guys. So I'm gonna let this burn. As you guys can see, she's taking it. She's accepting it. I will say this because my stuff was already pre-set up. My intention was already here. So don't think that I just threw some stuff and I lit the candle. Like, I offered my blood to it. I'm not messing around. You don't offer something that serious, that connection, if you're not already putting that intent behind what you're doing. I have a very long relationship with Lilith. She already knows how I am. It's okay to ask for things that are sick and twisted too. It's not the norm. If you want to reign supreme over whatever, you reign supreme whatever. If you want to curse the crap out of someone, do it. Just like always, no. Stop doing that. Stop. Every time I talk about curse, you do the same damn audio, bro. But yes, accept it. I will say this, I like to play in shit I shouldn't play in. I'm so comfortable in stuff I probably shouldn't be comfortable in. It does scare me sometimes, but I guess when you live through enough shit, not much freaks you out. But I'm very curious to see if she gets a hold of anyone on this night or another night or whenever you're watching the live. Because that candle's not fucking around, guys. And I can zoom in again. Because I'm pretty sure that kind of gives you the open arm vibe as well. So it's there. Let's see what you all got. Invoke her. Speak with her. You don't got to put in fancy words. Say what you want, how you want it. Make the intention there. Light a candle. Offer it. Offer the things around her. Whatever you need to do. But she's waiting. So on this note, and with this sign, I'm going to conclude tonight's function. And I'm going to go to bed because I got to work in the morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. This wasn't exactly how I intended the live to go, but I think it worked. So let me know what you guys think. I plan to do an Ashes for Ashes spell soon. I might do that Nah, I don't have any time in October. It'll probably be November I'm doing that one. But an Ashes to Ashes spell. I have a lot of spells to do, just so you know. We're going to get our hands dirty. So, yeah. We're going to have some fun, because I got some stuff I'm going to bring out of my books that I thought you would like it. But, alright guys, well, let me know. I will see you guys soon. Have a great rest of the night. Bye, everyone.